Good morning, everybody. Happy April 7th, 2024. The day before the big eclipse. We're going to talk. We're going to talk a little bit about moisture this week. You know, a lot of farmers are heading out into the week. They're heading out to the field this week to get some beans and maybe some corn in the ground. So we're going to go through, take a look at moisture for the week, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the eclipse. We're going to talk about the percent of cloud cover and the chances here in west central Missouri to be able to see the partial eclipse, as we are not in the line of totality for the eclipse. Wait to see if we get a few more people in here this morning. Make sure everybody gets all the latest updates this morning. Looking at a live view out near Dayton, Missouri. Got a beautiful sunrise out there on this live stream. Looking east out of Dayton. Beautiful morning out there, 60 degrees. I only received 0.09 of precipitation overnight last night. Came in around about 11 o'clock or so last night. So not even quite a tenth. We wasn't expecting a big rain producer here, but it looked like a few outlying areas got a little bit more than a tenth here in west central Missouri, but I say a tenth or less is pretty common throughout west central Missouri. Hey, good morning, Alan. So, of course, these live views, like what you're seeing here on the screen, brought to you by Nader Boys. So they have been out and about. If you have not checked out their Facebook or YouTube page, please do so. They got some great video of a couple of recent storm chase, in which one of them I was able to tag along for the day down in Oklahoma. That was a lot of fun. So we're constantly improving on ways that we could get information out to everybody in west central Missouri during severe weather, and they're going to play a big integral part moving forward here with Subby's Weather Talk. So jump over there, make sure you follow their page if you haven't already. So let's just dive in. Quite a bit of information to go over today. I will be posting an updated forecast on our Facebook social media page that's going to go through for the week. So let me just kind of clear some of the junk on the page here so everybody can get a good view here. So let's take a look at, you were totally unprepared for the late night rain. You were you? Uh-huh. Even though your brother been talking about it all week, but that's okay. So what we're looking at right now, guys, of course, is what I look at every morning, and that is the 500 millibar chart. This is what's going on about 18,000 feet above our heads, and this is where we can see where the low pressure systems are, the high pressure systems are. We can see what direction that they are moving, because this at 18,000 feet are the winds that will propel all of these storm systems across the country, across the globe for that matter. So This is the storm system that brought us the rain overnight tonight. What you're seeing here is the low pressure system right here up in Nebraska, ushering in. Those were our strong winds that we had yesterday. They will subside a little bit today, so that's good news. Man, it was windy yesterday. We'll put this into motion, and our next weather maker is going to be this little guy right down here. So it's a pretty strong low pressure system, but it's gonna mainly wreak havoc for those in central southern Texas, down in Arkansas, Louisiana. Now we'll catch a glimpse of that, but we're not gonna get any severe weather out of this. And because it is a little bit further south, that's going to kind of open up the door to see some partly sunny skies on Monday for the eclipse here in west central Missouri. So that is good news. So we put this into motion. Of course, that's our first weather maker, and that's going to come in on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we set our sights on our next storm system that will be coming in. That's this guy right here, and that's coming in on Monday the 15th. Now, if you guys have been watching the LRC forecast, now this was put together kind of a monthly calendar, and this was taken weeks and months ago. But it's a snapshot of what we can expect based on the LRC. And I'll bring that up here real quick just to let you see. Notice Tuesday, which is this Tuesday on the 9th, we showed, some rain thunderstorms, which we were, and I was watching it for the chance of severe weather. It looked like the severe weather is going to remain mainly just to our south. And then, of course, on the 15th, also another severe awareness day that I'm keeping tabs on for the threat of thunderstorms. And then we're looking to see if there's any colder Canadian air behind it. That's the reason why Tuesday, Wednesday, the 16th, 17th in blue. Because if we are going to have another freeze, this is when it will be. The rest of the month and going into the rest of the season looks fine, but this was our last potential, because this is the same storm system that brought us those record-breaking cold temperatures back in the middle of January, bringing wind chill down to 30 below zero. This is the same storm system that's coming through. That is what's awesome about the LRC. It's the same upper air pattern on the 15th as what we saw in the middle of January. And so I have a little under 3 inches of snowfall and brutally cold temperatures on my calendar from back in the middle of January. So really incredible, because that is going to be on the 15th of April is actually going to be the 15th day of the 5th cycle of the LRC. And that was also day 15 of the cycle back in the middle of January. So it's incredible how the LRC works. And we'll go a little bit more in detail on the LRC here in just a few minutes. But that will be our next system that I will be watching for the potential of severe weather. You notice we have those jet stream winds that are going to be howling right up through west central Missouri, and we'll have a dry line, low pressure system, cold front set up. We'll have to see how much moisture gets injected into this thing. That could be another a dampening effect, is lack of moisture, but we will be keeping a close eye on that here as the days go by. Now, again, we're watching for the potential of any Canadian air to be wrapped around this. This is a growing season. I know a lot of people are anxious about the last freeze. 32 degrees is fine. You get down to 26, 27 degrees, and you could start to see some problems. Right now, I am not seeing that cold Canadian air of that caliber wrapping up behind this thing. You notice these winds are going to be screaming through west central Missouri. So if anybody taking any kind of plane flight out of Kansas City, you run into turbulence, this is going to be the cause of it. 18,000 feet above our heads, and you're looking at over 95 knots, 130, 140 mile an hour winds at 18,000 feet. So they're going to be screaming on Monday afternoon at 18,000 feet. So of course Tuesday, Wednesday, that's when this is a week. This is a week from Monday, guys. So just to make sure, this is not this Monday. This is a week from Monday. So we'll be watching for the threat of severe storms in. And then as we get closer to, and notice we don't have much northerly flow of winds right now. This is the 16th, 17th. This is where we're watching for that colder air to come in. It's more from the westerly, from the Pacific side. So right now it's showing low 40s for the lows on the 16th, 17th on our two cold watch days. So right now it's not showing anything that impressive. The colder air is going to stay up here into Iowa and into parts of Wisconsin and Minnesota. So that's good news. And then we go to the 19th, 20th. That's going to be our next shot of seeing some severe weather. And this is not an ideal setup right now. This is more of Pacific front that's going to be coming in. It's likely not going to be amount to a whole lot, but we will be getting some rain here on the 19th, 20th, and 21st of this month. And that pretty much takes us to the end of the model run. But if you're watching the LRC calendar, notice on the 26th, 27th, 28th, we have yet another severe weather awareness weekend. And again on the 5th of May, and again on the 8th of May. So this is a pretty impressive calendar that is made up using the LRC methodology. So let's take a look at what radar could look like as we move into that same period that we just talked about. So that's the rain that came through last night. It's moved off into central and eastern Missouri right now. And as we go into Monday, you notice this clump of rain down here. Now this is Monday at 10 p.m. So we've got some possibility of some severe weather down to the south. But for Monday, it's going to remain mainly to our south of west central Missouri. Now, as we head into Tuesday and into Wednesday, that's when I think we will see some of that moisture come through. It's not looking like a lot, maybe a tenth to a quarter inch, somewhere in there between Tuesday and Wednesday. A couple models are showing up to a half inch, but we'll go into that here in just a moment. And then that will move through on the day on Wednesday. And then we begin to clear out ahead of our next storm system that is going to be coming in on Monday. Monday seems to be a very popular day. Now, we start a little active period here. So we got Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday that we will see the potential to see some scattered rain showers, thunder showers, and that possibility of seeing some severe weather on the 15th. And then we go into the 20th. I know a lot of people, I'm not exactly sure what all's going on the weekend of the 20th, but a lot of people have reached out wanting to know, and we were using the LRC methodology on rainfall. And we've got the long range models also agreeing with us that it's going to be kind of a rainy couple days over the weekend between the 19th through the 21st. Several rounds of thunderstorms, and we will be watching, of course, for the threat of severe weather through that time. Now, total precipitation, we are using the GFS, and it's now beginning to, some models are beginning to use AI, artificial intelligence, that has proven to be beneficial on the meteorological side. So we're looking at the GFS. This is the North American model, as well as the NAM. And of course, this is the rain that came through here overnight. And like I said, I didn't quite get a tenth, but I got a little bit more than 200. But as we go into Monday and into Tuesday, you notice down to the south, down around the Boot Hill and into Arkansas is where you see most of that rain for Monday into Tuesday. And then we begin to see our totals go up through Thursday. We've got the southern down in Vernon County, St. Clair County. They're sitting at about a ½ inch to an inch, whereas points north of there is about a quarter of an inch, and then it really begins to taper off once you get up here in northern Cass and northern Johnson County. You're only looking at about a tenth. So I would say a pretty good average throughout West Central Missouri is going to be about a quarter to a ½ inch here as we, and this is going to be for Tuesday into Wednesday. And then as we go forward into that severe threat on the 15th ahead of a cold front, we will see more rainfall totals, and that's going to get us up to about 1.5 inches on the north side, 2 inch on the south side. Now this is total accumulation. So, about an additional inch or better we can expect from this coming Wednesday through the 20th. And then, of course, we hit to the end of the cycle. And looked like Vernon County is the big winner at about 3 inch total through the 23rd. 2.5 inches for Henry County through the 23rd of April. 2 inch in Benton County, and then slightly lower amounts as we get a little bit further to the north. So great news for the farmers. They definitely need the moisture in the ground. So their biggest concern is what days are they going to be able to get out where the ground is dry enough and it's not raining, be able to get that seed in the ground. So the LRC can be used for that as well. So it's better long-range forecasting than what it is short-term forecasting, but it still does a fabulous job as far as giving a week-to-week analysis on when the wet weeks are, dry weeks are, what days is it going to rain, what days it's not. And that is going to be coming out here this, I'm hoping this week, in an app format, where as we are corporate sponsors of Weather 2020 and Gary Lezak's LRC methodology, we're going to be able to go anywhere around the world, any given day, and be able to point and click and know what the weather is going to be, how much rain is going to fall, how much snow is going to fall, what our temperatures are going to be. So really excited for our group here for that to come out. And I do believe I'm going to set up 2 days per week that I'm going to have a live stream similar as this, Whereas you can write down on your calendar or get your calendar out and you can go, hey, Subby, we're planning on a trip down to Branson on August 4th. What's the weather going to be? And we can go right down to Branson on August 4th and we're going to be able to know exactly what the LRC is showing for that particular day. So we're going to be able to do that out 6 months in advance. So if that's something to definitely to be excited about. I think we're just hitting the tip of the iceberg of what the LRC methodology, all the research that they put into this over the last 25 years. I think we've only hit the tip of the iceberg. Our kids and our grandkids will be utilizing this as their main model, the LRC model, for years to come. So take a look here at chat. Hey, Daddy-O is on here. Yep, I am drinking my morning coffee too, Lucky. I kind of got a late start this morning. I was up at 6 o'clock, but it was kind of hard to get motivated today. So got my oldest son down for the weekend. So he's up and at 'em this morning before I was. So that's saying something. I'm normally the early bird. You want to see more potatoes? You're not going to see no potatoes. Pumping me up, man. Hey, Zachary. So let's. One thing I kind of want to go over before we get into the Eclipse part of things. Kind of show you guys, and I put some pictures out. People wanting to know on the 20th. Must be something big going on the 20th of April. Want to know what the weather is going to be, and I put some graphs up. And what's going to be nice is this interactive map from the LRC that we're going to have access to is going to take the place of all of these graphs and models and where it's just going to be a point to click. It's going to take all the information from the LRC model that I'm about to show you, and it's going to put it into an app format where all you have to do is point and click, and it's going to tell you what the weather is going to be. But I wanted to kind of go over with you what I look at when people ask such questions as, hey, what's the weather going to be on the 20th? So utilizing the LRC, what you're looking at right now is here's the high temperatures and I inputted all the counties in west central Missouri, the 8 counties that we cover. And looked like everybody is going to be right at average temperatures with the exception of Benton and St. Clair County. And looked like that they're going to be about a degree over average for the week. Now I set this up from April 8th through the let's see here. I set that up from April 8th through April 14th. So for this coming week. Okay. So we're looking at about average temperatures. Here are the dates. 67 on the 9th, 68.5, 69.67 degrees on the 10th, 69.5 on the 11th, 68.2 on the 12th. This is a high temperature forecast based on the LRC for average temperatures here in west central Missouri. And here is also the low temperatures. So we've got 46 on the 8th, 46.5 9th, 47 on the 10th, 47 on the 11th, 45.8 on the 12th, and then on the 13th, you notice that it kind of comes off the chart. And this is when we start seeing a little bit that cold front starting to work its way down, where we get a little bit cooler than average temperatures around that 16th, 17th time frame that we have our last chance for a possible freeze if there is going to be one. So, and then we look at total precipitation, and looks like just about everybody here, the Bates County, Cass County, Johnson, Henry, Pettis, all right around the 95 percentile of average. Now they take the average precipitation over the last 30 years. So looks like, take for instance Cass County, they're a little bit over average over the last course of 30 years. So they're sitting at 101.1% of average. But everybody is sitting at least 85 to 100% of average. So we know our precipitation for the week is going to be fairly strong, fairly average. And then we can actually take a look at precipitation percentage of average. Now this tells you when our wet days are going to be, when our drier days are going to be. So obviously as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, that's when we're going to have our wettest days of the week, and that is coinciding perfectly with the going forecast, with the model data, and then we begin to kind of dry out as we go into the last part of the week and to the beginning of the weekend, and then we start coming back up as we come into Sunday and Monday, and that's when our next storm system comes in. So during the week, this is the forecast for rainfall for all of our counties. So for Johnson and Cass County, we are looking at about an inch of precipitation for the week. For Pettis, Henry, Bates County, we're looking at close to that, about 0.9 inches of rain for the week. And then for the southern counties in Vernon, St. Clair, and Benton, about 0.8 inches of precipitation is forecasted based on the LRC for this next upcoming week. So, and this isn't just, remember, this isn't just going to be for Tuesday, Wednesday. This is going to be for the entire week as we head into our next storm system on Monday. So this is how I analyze the LRC data. Now notice there's a bunch of graphs, a bunch of numbers. That's what this interactive map is going to be so cool to use, where we can just pick a location, click on it, and it will give us what our forecast based on all this data that we just looked at just now. So pretty exciting stuff. Pretty exciting stuff. So looking forward to whenever that should happen to come out here this month, hopefully this week. So let's take a look at Eclipse. That's coming up tomorrow. We're going to kind of go in detail about cloud cover. We're going to be talking about the glasses to use. We're going to be talking a little bit about everything here about the Eclipse. So first off, we need to know if we're even going to be able to see it because of cloud cover. Well, this software allows us to be able to utilize all of the model data and come up with a percentage of cloud cover for the United States. So right now we are sitting at a great vantage point here in West Central Missouri, as right now all the model data is showing only about a 10 to 15% cloud cover. In simple terms, that means it's going to be mostly sunny for the eclipse for most of West Central Missouri. Remember, they're going to be dealing with some severe weather, some storm down here in Oklahoma, Texas, and Arkansas throughout the day, and that's where the bulk of the cloud cover is going to be located at. Now on Tuesday, that will be moving up closer into West Central Missouri, but it'll be after the eclipse. So right now we are looking at partly the mostly sunny skies for the eclipse. Where you see this light red area is the area of totality, meaning that the eclipse will be 100%. the moon will be covering the sun 100%. Now, for us here in West Central Missouri, we're going to be in the 90th percentile, in which 90% of the sun is going to be covered by the moon. Now, I have also, through NASA, this software is pretty neat. So what this software does is it allows you to go wherever you would like to go. Say we want to go, and let's see here, we're going to go down here by Garden City, Missouri. Okay, so it's showing that in Garden City, Missouri, the maximum percent coverage of Eclipse is going to be 91.9%. And here is the times in which that will happen. So 1:54 in Garden City will be when you will hit that 91.9% coverage of the moon over the sun in 1 day, 4 hours, 42 minutes, and 57 seconds. So pretty cool. So you can go anywhere that you want to go in Clinton. We're going to be at 93.2% coverage, and 155 is going to be when we can expect that 93.2% coverage for the eclipse. So you can go just about anywhere you want to go. Now, if you want to take a trip down to Springfield, they're going to be at 97.6% coverage at 1:54 in the afternoon. They do have a 36% cloud cover expected right now. Let's go over here to Butler. 92.4% at 1:54. So, and then they also have kind of a neat deal here where we can actually see, we can put this in play. We'll move it up 60%, and this is on Monday at 12:30 right now is what it's running off of. So 4/8 on Monday, 12:35 in the afternoon. Now I'm going to move this up just a little bit. And you notice right here, this is the eclipse. Right down here at the bottom of your screen. This is the direction that the eclipse is going to be coming from, the southwest. Move that. Oh, almost missed us. And then, of course, it will follow this path of totality all the way up through Cleveland, Niagara Falls, and out of the United States. So those of you that have already bought your glasses, I know there's a couple places around here in Clinton as well as Harrisonville. You can go. Walmart has Eclipse glasses. Your gas stations has Eclipse glasses, and you want to make sure that they're going to be safe for your eyes. So if you've already bought them, or if you're gonna buy some Eclipse glasses, you just want to make sure that you check the arm on the glasses for an ISO 12312-2 label. There might also be a label on there that says 12312-2 2015. That was the old spec. Either designation means that the glasses will block light and the radiation. So you definitely want to make sure whatever glasses you buy or that you already have, make sure that one of those two numbers are on those glasses to make sure that you're getting the right protection to protect your eyes. So very important. I know all the schools that are planning to bring, take the kids out during this. They're all going to be safe glasses to wear. Mainly this is for the ones that, hey, let's go find some Eclipse glasses. Go to the gas station and they have some there. There's no guarantees there, guys. There's no guarantees. So just make sure that one of those two numbers are on the glasses that you wear. So just to make sure everybody stays safe. I don't get all excited about the Eclipse like I know several people are. I don't know why. I mean, I love the weather, meteorology. I love astronomy. This is I don't know. That's just my personal thing. Of course, we're going to be watching it. It's going to be kind of cool to see it kind of grow dark, and there's a lot of myths and folklore and all kinds of stuff surrounding this eclipse. So kind of like another Y2K. Anybody remembers Y2K? I think my mother does, because I still think we're drinking bottles of water from Y2K, where she went and bought a bunch of bottled water. But I think we're still drinking on it today. But anyway, just make sure you have adequate eye protection. Protect those eyes, because it can damage eyes if you do not have the proper glasses. All right, guys. So that's about all I have for today. Just wanted to jump on here, kind of give you an idea for rainfall, utilizing both models and the LRC. A lot of farmers are heading out this week, going to be doing some planting. So right now, as far as the threat for the freeze on the 16th, 17th, right now it's looking like low 40s. We'll be keeping a close eye on that to make sure none of that Canadian air kind of sinks down a little bit further south. Right now, we're looking like we're in great shape, adequate moisture, so farmers ought to be in great spirits right now. So again, let's take one more look at the LRC calendar. And kind of blow this up just a little bit here. So the LRC calendar, this is based on the LRC methodology. Kind of still paying kind of attention to Tuesday and to Wednesday. That's our threat of some rain and thunderstorms. Right now, they are not looking like they are going to be severe for West Central Missouri. The 15th, that's the next chance to see some severe weather out ahead of a cold front. We'll be paying close attention to that. As that could be a severe weather maker for here in West Central Missouri, as well as the 21st and 22nd of this month, and again on the 26th, 27th, 28th, and then on the 5th and the 8th of May will be our next chances to see severe weather here in West Central Missouri. So I hope everybody is having a great Sunday. Get out and enjoy it. We got a beautiful day in store. Winds will not be quite as strong as they were yesterday, so that's great news. Get out and enjoy it. We're going to be near 70 today, and hopefully everybody has a great Monday. Enjoy the eclipse. Be safe. Make sure you wear the proper glasses if you're going to be watching this. Right now, it's looking like West Central Missouri is going to be in a great spot to see about a 93% eclipse 2024. Have a fabulous day, everybody, and we'll be talking to you soon.